You know, I mean, look, negativity ain't always the greatest thing to be bringing, but you know what? We gotta talk about some shit that's on some negative shit and some negative shit that's been on some negative shit. So click off if you ain't about that negative shit. Anyways, coming to the point of the video, I just wanted to kick it off in a way that I haven't before. Can you pass the test? Can you pass the test? So, if you probably can't tell, we're going to talk about the education system today. We're going to talk about general education as in as far as American, I don't know what goes on in other countries as far as their education, but I can tell you as far as what I've seen with the education I've been in and the education that you hear from everybody else, it kind of boils down to one thing: a test. It comes down to a test. And it's not really even a test that really tests your attributes. It's a test that tests how good you're gonna do for a piece of paper. So basically, we're gonna talk about this shit, right? The fucking education shit that's been going on, right? So listen to me. I have nothing against, this camera's tilted. Fuck it. Let me see if I can fix this a bit for y'all. That's looking better. So essentially, we in this position where, the education system we're in, right? School and, driving, any sort of forming of school that we have, I tend to notice one pattern that it all comes down to out of a lot of my years is that we're all trying to get you ready for the test. We're all trying to get you to pass the test. We're all trying to get you to this little 60 question paper, 100 question paper. We're trying to get you to pass that. That's all we care about. We don't actually, this is our curriculum, is to get you to pass these tests to show that you can absorb a bunch of this information in a short amount of time, for about a week. You automatically learn how to do quadratic formulas and all that. Spit it out for about 20 questions on the test, and then bam, you got it, right? Sometimes even more than that. And I just think it's complete, utter bullshit. I think it really is. I think the way that we're educating our people, and I think the way that we are essentially trying to test our people is severely detrimenting them. I really do. Because look, here's the thing, man. You're trying to teach these people something. Here's what I've noticed. You can learn from studying books and writing notes. Cool. You'll know something. But you know what I find really sticks is that if you just be patient with a long process. Instead of trying to learn how to fucking do these formulas in a week and then you wonder why it leaves us. Oh, not because we didn't have the fucking notes in the binder, not because you didn't go back and look at it. It's because you never fucking took more time to be with it. You said a week and then bam, we're on to the next thing. We don't have time to go back and keep remembering and reviewing quadratic formula. When 2 units ahead, we're already fucking going on to the next lessons. You realize the pace that we move at for education is stupid. And just for what? The amount of tests we're trying to get? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Here's the thing. I got something written down, right? And I'm going to establish it, okay? We're teaching to pass tests rather than usage, right? We're teaching someone how to pass a test. We're not teaching somebody how to use it, right? Use what they're learning. Our goal is to pass a test, not actually doing the fucking thing we're learning. We're not learning how to use it, how to apply, how to mend, and how to create and unlock possibilities with this shit, right? We're in a position where we're learning about how can you answer A, B, and C on a fucking test to get a certain score. Right? We're learning about certain things that we just need to bunch into our heads so we could get a little high score on a test and then say, boom, we got it. Rather than actually taking the fucking information taking time to be with it, right? You can't learn about the fucking French Revolution in a week. You can't. You can learn quite a bit, but it's not going to stick with you like that. You got to take a lot of fucking time to really be with the French Revolution and understand it in ways that nobody has. All you have is just little bits and pieces of foundation. But to really get a full understanding of French Revolution, to really get a full understanding of marketing, to really get a full understanding of musculoskeletal systems, does not take a week. Doesn't even take 2 weeks. That shit could take a month, 3 months. You got to learn at your pace and your abilities, right? And here's the thing. We're learning to pass a test, but it doesn't make sense to me. You'll learn to pass the thing on a piece of paper. You'll learn how to answer A for the quadricep, but you won't learn how to fucking heal somebody's quadricep. You won't actually learn how to apply the functions of a quadricep. You won't actually learn about the quadricep. You're just going to learn how to fucking answer questions about the quadricep. And that's cool, you know, you're somewhere. Great. You know how to answer things. You know how to identify things about the quadricep. So what about actually getting involved with the quadricep? Where did that fucking go? What about actually learning to fucking uncover more things about the French Revolution and discover things somebody else didn't in past textbooks, huh? You know, how about actually learning to uncover shit about history? You know, actually figuring out ways, debating on how we could, debating on things about what happened and stuff like that. You know, what happened to, what was the other example I gave? I don't even know. What happened? What happened to that? Well, I mean, to be honest, it was never like this. It was always sit in the desk, give you curriculum, and then you take your test. And you get on the piece of paper and you move on. You take the test and you never go back to it because guess what? The priority isn't that anymore. The priority is the grade, not the fucking learning. You're not getting an education. You're learning to keep a fucking point up. Yes, you're learning some things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing it completely. But when we're talking about what you really need is to fucking learn how to use some shit. Learn to use. I'm serious. Look, you want to learn to apply. You should be learning to educate yourself. You should be learning. I didn't bring this one up. I just realized. So look, learn and educate to apply the actions it offers. You know? And look, here's the thing. The test should not be a piece of fucking paper. The test should be doing the fucking thing that you're learning. Let's see how well you can do it. The test should be actually going into the field. The test should be actually giving a shot at doing the thing, right? Like a great example of this is my piano class, right? We're doing pianos all the time, piano pieces, and I've learned so much. I didn't even know what a C chord was when I went into the class. Now, I'm playing all kinds. I'm playing Bella's Lullaby. I'm not that great at it, but you know, like, what is that? In the span of like 10 months? Actually, less than that. Why? Because I'm doing it. The performance isn't how to identify all the fucking letters and an A, B, and C on a multiple choice test. No. The fucking test is actually playing the piece. So guess what you're going to do? You're going to play the piece every single day. You're actually learning to do it. You're actually learning to go into it, do the fucking thing, and then apply it, actually use it. Right? We should be taught how to do things, not how to fucking answer questions about things. Just saying. I get it. Now, if you're trying to gather research and information on something, you know, it's always different things. You're trying to learn about psychoanalysis, psychology, conditioning and behavior and stuff like that. Great. You know, you can learn and become invested in the things and take that on and actually understand more and more of it. But it shouldn't be just about learning it to pass a fucking test is the problem. I think that when you place it on a paper how well you're doing, I think it's bullshit. I think when you actually place how well the person knows it, I think that actually makes more sense. The test doesn't prove how well somebody knows it. I think that there's much better ways to demonstrate it. How, as far as research, I don't know. But there's ways. I don't have my ideas. Maybe somebody else could offer in the comments below. But as far as most of them, though, we need to be applying. We need to be investing and getting deep with the information, not just fucking taking it in and then spitting it back out within a week. It just doesn't make sense to me. Or even 3 weeks for that matter. True information, true education takes time. True learning takes a long time. True absorption, true investment of knowledge takes a long fucking time. It doesn't take a week. Okay? A week will get you somewhere. Then 2 weeks will take you a little further. And then 3 weeks. And by, you know what? 2 months later, you learned quite a bit. But real knowledge, real investing knowledge comes a long time through a long process. But don't just, you know, and I get it, no knowledge for the sake of knowledge. That's great. You know, if you're with that, like I like astrology, like I am so invested in psychology and all that. It's interesting to me. I like it. Those are things I would know just for the sake of knowing because it's great. Spirituality as well. You know, and in me, oddly enough, I always find a way to apply it to my life. I'm just that type of person, but that's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm not saying that you have to apply everything that you know. Sometimes you just know things for the sake of knowing because they're awesome, right? Educating yourself because you find it interesting. But also, whatever you are trying to learn, there has to be an investment in actually figuring out the fucking thing, if that makes sense. You got to use it. I think that we should be teaching our people to use more than just answer. I think we should be teaching our people to apply and create opportunities from what they're learning. I think we should be teaching people how to use what they're learning. I think we should be teaching people how to basically become what they're learning, rather than just getting down, sitting in the desk, writing on a piece of paper, answering the questions about it. Let's fucking get them to do the shit instead of getting them to just talk about the shit. Talking about it's one step, but there needs to be more. There needs to be a much wider variety and spectrum going on in education, because it doesn't happen in a fucking desk only. There has to be other things applied to it. My views on it, definitely could go a little further with this, but you know, you got the gist of it. So I think it's important we all learn to do rather than just, you know, talk. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just write. We ought to incorporate more into the structure. Talk to y'all next time.